MLB The Show just announced 7 new features that will change Diamond Dynasty forever. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you guys do subscribe, but let's get right into it. Number 1, sets and seasons. In ranked seasons, there will now be sets and seasons, which indicates what players you'll be able to use in Diamond Dynasty. Each season will last anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks long, which then you can put different sets into your team. Throughout the year, you'll be able to use any core set player, but then you'll have set 1, set 2, set 3, and so on and so forth. So an example would be in season 1, you'll be able to use set 1 and the core. In season 2, you'll be able to use set 1, set 2, and the core. And then in season 3, they'll drop off set 1, and then you'll get to use set 2, set 3, and then the core. The core set will include any live series player throughout the year and any live series collection player as well. Now, they did mention there will be some other core players or sets included in the game, but they haven't mentioned them yet. Number 2, wild card. Along with sets and seasons, there will now be a wild card spot. The wild card slot will be one player from any set to your squad. Doesn't matter if it's somebody from set 1, set 2, set 3, the core, they'll forever be in your squad you'll be able to use. An example they showed in the stream is Byron Buxton. So his core live series card can be used at any single time, but then they mentioned that the wild card they wanted to use for a set 1 Byron Buxton. That way you can use them whenever you want to. They also show us a graphic of what Diamond Dynasty seasons will look like in MLB The Show 23, just kind of showing you guys how long they're going to be and what sets you can use. One really important note right here is the core set includes live series players, Negro League storyline rewards, live series collection rewards, and a few more. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but adding in a couple more right there. Season squads will be able to use in different modes. It includes ranked seasons, some events in Conquest. There are no restrictions in Battle Royale, so we're good there. Mini seasons have some restrictions, but then play vs. friends, play vs. CPU, and casual head-to-head will not have any restrictions whatsoever. With these new sets, you'll be able to earn 99s on day 1. There will be no more power creep from April all the way up to August. 99s will be in the game day 1. Number 3, designated hitter. The designated hitter is finally in MLB The Show 23. They are following the rules set in place by the MLB to add the DH as a universal batter now. They mentioned now that there will be certain cards that will have DH listed as their position. Anybody can be a DH, but there will be cards like David Ortiz and Nelson Cruz listed as primary DHs. Number 4, two-way player. You will now be able to use Shohei Ohtani as a DH and a starting pitcher. You will be able to leave Shohei Ohtani in your starting rotation and then be able to bump him into your DH spot. An important thing to note is you will not be losing your DH spot if you do use Shohei Ohtani as a starting pitcher. Number 5, captains. Captains are a new set of card added to MLB The Show 23, which will give your team some major boosts if you use them the right way. An example they showed on the stream was Miguel Cabrera. If you look down, it says Miguel Cabrera can boost hitters from the Detroit Tigers. And there are 3 different tier boosts that we can use. He gets +5 to contact, +5 clutch, and -5 fielding if you use 5 hitters from the Detroit Tigers in your squad. Then you'll have a tier 2 boost, which includes +5 power versus righties, +10 contact versus lefties, +10 batting clutch, and -3 fielding ability. You will need to have 8 hitters from the Detroit Tigers in your squad and Miguel Cabrera at parallel level 1. And then finally, tier 3 boost will include a +10 power versus righties, +15 contact versus lefties, and +15 batting clutch. You'll need to have 11 hitters from the Detroit Tigers in your squad and Miguel Cabrera at parallel level 2. You won't necessarily have to have a captain on your team to have your team be really good, but it will give you a huge boost if you do use these cards. Your captain can either be a hitting captain or a pitching captain, and it'll boost your abilities of each one. Also, your captains can be on separate teams. So an example they showed in the stream is you can have a hitting captain for the Boston Red Sox and a pitching captain for the New York Yankees. Captain cards will not only be tied to each team, but different types of cards as well. An example they showed in the stream is a Willie Mays captain card. He can boost hitters from the 1950s and the 1960s. So it's not just the team they play for, but different style of cards that you can also put together in order to build a huge boosted team. You will be able to substitute your hitting captain out of the game, but they do have to play at least 2/3 of the game in order to get the boost for your team. For your pitching captain, all you have to do is have them on your team, and your pitchers will all get that boost. They don't actually have to be playing in the game. They just have to be on your team. Also, relief pitchers can be captains as well, and they don't have to be in the... One really cool add to the captains is you'll be able to see your opponent's boost when you load into a game with them. So if you look at the example on the screen right there, you get a +5 contact versus lefties, a +5 batting clutch, and a -5 fielding ability. You'll be able to see that Miguel Cabrera is the tier boost for that team. There will also be a little blue arrow icon in each card to show what boosts are applied to that player. These captain boosts will be supported in every mode except Battle Royale, which kind of stinks, but it is cool to see that they are in almost every single mode. Number 6, Mini Seasons 2.0. Mini Seasons got a huge overhaul, which included theme seasons, stat tracking awards, custom away stadiums, and a revamped UI. Last year, when you loaded into Mini Seasons, all you did was play against other people's Diamond Dynasty squads, but that has totally changed this year. An example they showed on stream of the theme season is an all-lefty team, which includes all-lefty batters and all-lefty pitchers, so there'll be an abundance of different theme seasons you can play. They really changed the feel of Mini Seasons from last year, so it should be completely different this year. Kind of excited to play it. The theme teams should change every season as well, so you'll be able to use way different cards every single time, so it'll be really cool to see what they do with that. Number 7, Ranked Co-op. Co-op was added in MLB The Show 22, will be totally revamped in MLB The Show 23 with the implementation of Ranked Co-op. Ranked Co-op will be just like regular ranked seasons where you climb a ladder trying to get all these different rewards, but you get to play with a friend or two. With the addition of Ranked Co-op, you'll actually be able to get the rewards through ranked seasons 3 different times. This includes Ranked Solo, Ranked Co-op, and then obviously completing the Ranked program. One really big addition to Ranked Co-op this year will be if you have a 3v3 and say that one of your friends has to leave, you'll actually still be able to play the game with a 2v3. Now, they didn't mention anything about 2v2 if it would just be one player playing, but it is nice to know that you won't have to actually quit out of the game with losing somebody. The other big addition will be a cooldown penalty if you do quit in Ranked Co-op. These cooldown penalties will stack, so if you quit a lot, that shit you can be banned for up to a week of online play. They added Suggest Team Surrender, so if everyone on your team says that they want to quit, you will not get a cooldown penalty. But if you do quit the game, one of you guys, you will get a penalty applied. They didn't mention anything about how you can build your team in Ranked Co-op. If you guys remember last year, there were silvers in the lineup. Hopefully this year, you can just do all diamonds or whatever team you want to do. I think these are all some really cool additions to MLB The Show 23, but let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this.